Hey everybody, Chris Eads, Wootini from GayGamer.net, here with another weekly video podcast. This week, I am still playing Tomb Raider, and it's still fantastic, and I still love it. And I was glad to see online, on like, I think it was Reddit or something, somebody else was complaining about how they can't suspend and resume their game. It automatically boots them back to the main menu, which I had complained about last week. And I didn't know what was causing it, but at least other people are having this problem, so it's not just me. Though I don't know if it's the game or the new Xbox experience. There's something incompatible there, but I don't know which side is at fault. Hopefully they can fix it. Of course, they'll probably fix it right after I finish the game, but whatever. The other thing I've been playing is Rock Band, because well, I wanted to check out that free song that you got with their cross-promotion with Scruff, which was kind of a random promotion that I did not see coming. Although, now that I think about it, when I went to the Rock Band party at New York Comic Con, at the Hard Rock Cafe in Times Square, I did see a bunch of hot guys wearing Scruff t-shirts entering the party. So, I think that should have clued me in that there was some kind of a... I didn't know what that was all about, but as it turns out, it was the beginnings of this cross-promotion. The song actually is pretty good, but what I really want is the Scruff t-shirt to wear on stage, but that won't happen until the December 8th title update. This is also the point where I wish that I had Rock Band as a digital download so that it was just on my hard drive, because it was fine when Rock Band was all I was playing primarily, but then Tomb Raider came out, and now I'm swapping discs depending on my mood, if I want to rock out or if I want to kill people and explore tombs. I have to swap discs, and it's a little annoying. But I had to buy the new instruments, so I had no choice. It's not like they offered a band in a box set that came with a code for a digital download of the game, although that totally would have been what I bought. If I had that option, I would have preferred that option. Because I like my music games, Rock Band, Dance Central, SingStar, I like them to be digital so that they're on the hard drive, because those are the games that I go back to a lot. You know, it's like Animal Crossing on my 3DS. Of course I want that as a digital download, because I want it on my 3DS at all times, regardless of what cartridges I might be putting in and out. I always need Animal Crossing. So I always need my music games, because I will go back a lot. Also, I've been playing a lot. Oh, I almost forgot. The grand finale of Game of Thrones, the Telltale Games series, that was released last week, and you'll find a review on the site. It's a great series, however, no spoilers, but the ending wasn't as satisfying as it could have been, simply because they were clearly setting it up for another season. Which is a little frustrating because, you know, obviously they'll probably get, and they just announced there's going to be another season of Game of Thrones, but I sort of wish that you could, you know, it just didn't feel satisfying because it wasn't a cliffhanger, but it was just sort of like, here is an ending to each one of these tales, and it's sort of left kind of open in what's going to happen in the next season, you know, and it just wasn't satisfying as an ending for me. Also, I received a review code for Typo Man on the Wii U, which I did see during the most recent Nintendo Direct, and it looked very interesting. It was a puzzle platformer where you solve word puzzles, and it looked very intriguing, and I just so happened to get a review code for it out of nowhere, and I thought, oh great! Because I think Nintendo gives me review codes for games that are like puzzle games, you know, like I got Captain Toad and Year Walk and now Typo Man. The problem is whereas Captain Toad was mostly a puzzle game with a little bit of platforming, Typo Man is a puzzle game with a lot of platforming, and some of this platforming is beyond my skills. I'm not great at platformers, and I've reached a point in the game where I am just completely and utterly stuck. I'm not even sure it's the halfway point, but it is rough. It is hardcore platforming. And it's hard because I do enjoy the game. It's got a great style, I like the puzzles, but having to have those platform skills is killing me. I can't enjoy the game. It just becomes so frustrating because I have to keep repeating the same section. And this one section I've been repeating, like, I don't even know how many times, like hundreds, because I just can't finish it. It's that difficult. My husband even tried it, and he couldn't get any further than me. But what's annoying is that they give you, for the word puzzles, there's 2 stages of clues that you can get. There's a general clue, then there's a more specific clue, which basically tells you the answer to the word puzzle. However, there's no way for them to ease up on the platforming and maybe slow down the timing a little and give you a little more leeway and help you through it or whatever. I mean, even Captain Toad had a couple of bits where it got like... There was one level in Captain Toad that I just kept dying and it was horrible. And so after a while, the game says, "We see you're having trouble with this. Would you like this invincibility mushroom? That way you don't have to worry about the enemies and you can just get through the jumps." And I said, "Yes, thank you." And I went through it, and it was super easy that way. But there's no way for Typo Man to help you through the platforming, which is a little sad, because I would like to enjoy the rest of the game. Unfortunately, I don't see how that's possible. Also, if I get through this platforming, like, what's the ending going to be like? It's only going to get worse at this point, I'm sure. Anyway, the way that I would relax from the stress of cracking my gamepad controller in half on that one was to play a little bit of Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. I haven't gotten a review up yet because I'm trying to unlock all the mini-games so that I can give a more complete overview of it. But right now, I've only unlocked a few of them because it's kind of time-consuming to play through the entire board game to earn enough points to unlock more of the mini-games. You can play the mini-games, but they don't seem to give you as many points to unlock the others. So, it's weird. It's very cute. My feelings are decidedly mixed on Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival because I love Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is adorable. All the characters are adorable. But this game just seems like a way to sell amiibos. And I'm not really sure you need a game. They could have just released Animal Crossing amiibos and everybody just would have bought them anyway. I would have bought them. I bought every single amiibo. The game comes with Digby and Isabelle as a pair, because you do need the amiibos to play the game. You tap the amiibo, and that'll be the character that you are in the game, so you can have Isabelle versus Digby, and you tap the amiibo, and it rolls the dice, which is a bit tedious. And it's also frustrating because when you try to play as a solo person, you can play a single-player game, but it gives you 3 AI opponents, and the game takes like an hour and a half, and you have to sit there while the other 3 people take their turns, and it's super dull. So I found that the best way to play the game, if you're going to play it solo, is to pretend you're playing a 2 or 3 player game, or even a 4-player game, and then just play each person yourself, and just take everybody's turn. Because that way you're at least doing something for the whole game, and you're just taking turns as to who you're playing. Because I also have Tom Nook, obviously, fantastic, he's so cute. And then they did do Mabel as a solo, which I thought was surprising because I didn't think enough people would care about Mabel, but I guess they do. Obviously, they give KK Slider in a 3-pack with Reese and Cyrus, because nobody really cares about Reese and Cyrus. Although I thought nobody would care about Mabel, but whatever. But they know that everybody's going to want the KK Slider amiibo, so obviously they're going to do KK Slider in a 3-pack that costs $35. They know what they're doing. But the game is slightly... like, the board game is cute, but it's a little repetitive, and it takes a long time to play, because you play through an entire month of, you know, so you play through like 4 or 5 weeks, and it's like, it gets a little tedious after a while, and repetitive. And then the mini-games, they use the amiibo cards, but they do it in kind of an awkward way. Like, they want you to use the amiibos and the amiibo cards to control the game, and that's kind of awkward. So I'm torn I mean, I do love Animal Crossing, but I'm not really sure I can recommend this game. Once I get everything unlocked, I will form my full opinion, and I'll put up a review. It'll just be a bit late. I'm off to go play more games, and this is getting way too long. I talked about way too much this week. I apologize. And so come back next week. I'll probably have a lot less to talk about, and it'll be a much shorter episode, I promise. Alright, bye!